So you know it's going to be a little bit of a shit show of a video when editing Rob starts things off, but please do pardon the audio in this one. I have not touched my mic in like years, so I don't know. I think I might have fucked it up, but you know, bear with me. Hey, what's up you guys? This is Rob from The Gay Guy Plays, and today on another episode of Rob Reads You Shit That You Probably Don't Want to Read Yourself, I'm going to be reacting to Update 31.5 Angels of the Zariman. Now, I know, you guys are probably wondering, what the fuck are you doing here? Yeah, I know, me too. But today is kind of like, turned out to be the perfect storm. I happen to have the day off. I also happen to be too sick to hit the gym, and also this update ended up coming out. But if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I really asked myself, I was like, do you need to do this? DE's stolen yet another one of your content ideas and decided to read it for everybody themselves. However, I do have my own different take on this because, here's a little bit of tea, I actually haven't even played the new war yet. Every time I jumped onto stream and started playing games, or whenever I tweeted it out, I asked everybody, I was like, was it actually worth playing? Does it change the game in any way, shape, or form? And a lot of people made a comment about a really good bow, but that about being it. So I figured, if it's just a new bow, I think I'll pass. So when I'm taking a look at this update, I'm like seeing some interesting new things. I've actually saw some tweets about a dev workshop about Xmas Reworks as well as Focus School Reworks. Now, I watched the dev workshop on the Eximus stuff, and I'm like, that's like long time coming kind of shit, which didn't really excite me too much, but I'm actually excited to see some of the visuals that are coming off of this. I'm like, what the hell is that in the background? I don't know, but I figured we'd go ahead and find out, and I'd be able to take a look at the operator updates as well, or Focus School updates, which I'm actually super duper curious about. However, I did want to say one thing. I literally pulled this up and I was like, I read the first line and I was like, oh, okay. Let's see, Warframe, what you're bringing. And you know, at the end of this, maybe I'll decide whether it's a good time to actually pick up Warframe again, or if I should just, you know, rest up and head back to the gym. So D.E. Megan says, Update 31.5, Angels of the Zariman is abundant with story content, gameplay additions, 3 new game modes, alright, reworks, and more. As the direct narrative follows up to the new war, there is much to be unearthed in this new chapter. I don't know if there's much to spoil with the new war. Did we kill somebody? I hope we killed somebody. I mean, don't give it away too much down in the comments, but like, if we killed somebody, give me a thumbs up. If we didn't kill somebody, then, you know, just leave a disappointed face. There are 60 pages of notes below. To jump to a specific section of the notes, use your browsers. Well, okay. We're just going to keep scrolling down until I see something good. There's spoiler courtesy. As a follow-up to the original PSA, to avoid spoilers, we have chosen to use spoiler-free language when describing certain parts of the update. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So there's a gameplay trailer, which I kind of sort of saw. There's some new game modes or whatever. Ooh, okay, so Angels of the Zariman quest. The Zariman 10-0 cries out in the endless darkness that surrounds it in a post-New War world. Ooh, okay, so something big happened. Okay. Something lingers in the void-ridden ship once inhabited by the Tenno. Its wailing can be heard from afar. Return to it, find the source of the song, and unearth the memories echoing throughout the vacant corridors. Okay, so wait, New War, does that mean like things have changed? Like we revisit certain areas and it's like different now after you do the New War? Okay, I don't know. Similar to the Sia's Vigil, Voxelaris, and Heart of Demios quest, this is a solo gameplay focused experience that will introduce you to key characters and Zariman related content. Okay. Once you've completed the Angels of the Zariman quest, the follow gameplay options will become available to you to start venturing deeper into the ship. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be like a new zone. Zariman bounties. Oh, is this like an open world? Oh. I mean, it's an interesting, pretty-looking open world, I guess. New tileset Zariman. Go back to where it all began to know the horrors of the past that took place on the Zariman 10-0 may be overshadowed by the phantasmic energies that now reside there. Characterized by its overgrown state and constant flow of void energy, it has taken new form. Between the golden figures and trinkets littered around from before Void Jump incident, the void pulses through its veins, twisting and bending the Zariman to its will. The accident left the ship in disarray, with many nooks and crannies that can be discovered and explored. Explore with caution, Tenno. Even though you may recognize the areas from your past, everything is not what it seems. The Zariman appears in the star chart after completing the new war quest, but is only accessible after completing the Angels of the Zariman quest. So there's optimization, there's some new resources. Here's one of the things that I have gripes with. And I mean, I guess it makes sense. With every new update, they're always, not every new update, with every new tile set, they're always going to add in new, new resources, so you have to farm up. And the issue is, you know, Warframe is a free-to-play game, so that's going to be something that they're going to require you to do, is grind, unless you're willing to pay. And a part of me started feeling a little after that. So there's void plumes, Metallica caches, like all this shit that I don't really care about. Fragments, let's see, new enemies. Ooh, it's like a ghost with a weapon, aka they didn't have to animate so much. The Zariman brings with it new threats aboard the ship. You'll go toe-to-toe with the follow fresh-faced foes, the Kuva Tokarian. Worm Queen has bestowed these troopers. Oh, what does she have to do with this shit? Well, I mean, I guess she's a part of this. Okay. The Derivator Crewman, so Corpus Weapons Technology. It unleashes powerful shockwave. Okay, I don't really care about these guys too much, if we're going to be honest with you. But what is this? Codename Void Manifestations. Its true name and nature shall be revealed to you soon, Tenno. Ooh, mysteries. There's a new hub. Okay, so this is basically a new open world. This is like open world, but 10-0 kind of thing. The Chrysalith. It's like Chrysaliths with a lisp. A familiar location that was ventured during the New War. Oh, okay. Is at the heart of... Oh, so the question is... see, here's the thing. That's a part of the New War thing that I'm missing. Is I have no clue what this has to do with the New War. Because the New War was just up against the Sentients, unless the Void somehow interfered. Dun dun dun. A sanctuary whose abridged walk paths and vistas were once enjoyed by its original passengers now is repurposed as a hub for returning visitors and warriors fending off against the Grineer, Corpus, and others that lay waiting in the halls of the Zariman. During the Angels of the Zariman quest, you will be introduced to a band of new characters, a new syndicate called the Chrysalith Home. After you completed the quest, you will be able to visit the Chrysalith with other Tenno as you would with Fortuna or Cetus. The Chrysalith also has the first social hub of its kind that allows you to seamlessly access procedural missions without screens, jump between missions without ever having to return to your orbiter's navigation. Nice. While inside the Chrysalith, opening the map will display what enemy faction is currently active within the Zariman. Grineer. Oh, maybe they're all trying to get all up in here too. Oh, look at you, Miss Titania. New syndicate, Zariman bounties, bounty rewards, Gaia's blueprints, which I saw was another electricity warframe. So they're really trying to step all over Volt's toes, right? But it did say, okay, I read some of the abilities because I'm Snoopy and I really wanted to see, oh, is this new Warframe going to be worth it? And it seemed interesting, but I feel like are Gaia and Goss related? They both have G's in their name, and I'm just saying that's enough. So Gaia Alternaut's blueprint, the primary weapon, Hespar blueprint, so just a bunch of new blueprints, new resources. So there's new mission types. The Zariman brings with it 3 new endless. You have my attention. See, I like me a good endless mission type. These missions offer new enemies and challenges. Accompanying these are exterminate and mobile defense mission nodes set in new Zariman tile set. After completing the Angels of the Zariman quest, you can start these missions from the star chart or by entering the elevator in the Chrysalith and interacting with the Zariman navigation panel. Oh, that's pretty. Everview arc. Oh, so it's like different parts of the ship. Okay, so the enemies you will face in the Zariman depends on which faction have staked their claim on the ship. How are they staking their claim on the ship? Aren't we on the ship? I guess maybe it's a new war thing. Maybe they're all fighting for the ship. I guess. World of the Time Forgotten Riches aboard the Zariman has made its way onto both Corpus and Grenier wavelengths. While only one faction aboard the Zariman at a time, you can expect to see even rotations of these factions every 2.5 hours as each one fights to claim their time aboard the fabled Zariman. Base focus lenses for each focus school are in rotation C. Of the drop tables for these new endless missions, we wanted to add new means of earning lenses in the light of all the focus changes, while also making later stages of the endless missions worth your while. Void Flood, Everview Arc. Forces born of Void and Agony are clawing at the Albrecht membrane, creating ruptures that saturate the areas of the Zariman with void energy, introducing Void Flood, a parkour So I have to remember that parkour in Warframe is not like parkour in other games, so that's not the worst. But anybody who's watched my streams or anybody who knows my history in Destiny 2, even in Final Fantasy, no, parkour is not my speciality. But sorry, I just got trauma instilled in me. Focus on maintaining the stability of the Zariman's automatic Vitoplast system. How to play. The goal is to mend these ruptures, and in order to do so, you must collect essential Voidplast on board the Zariman and deliver it to a location of the Void ruptures. The amount of Voidplast you created is indicated by the floating globe accompanying you as you hunt it down. The globe fills with Vitoplast as it's collected and drains while you near a Void rupture. Void Flood will test your refined parkour skills as the anti-gravity properties of the Vitoplast have them scattered through high and low across the Zariman. Be warned, failure to close the ruptures flood the Zariman with uncontrollable void contamination and can enhance your enemy and hinder your strength in various different ways, or even cause the Vitoplast itself to act erratically. Ooh! The higher levels of void contamination present in Zariman the greatest challenge. Contamination levels are indicated in a gauge in the HUD with 3 levels of randomized effects that will trigger when hit. First level 40%, second level 70%, final level 100%. Hitting 100% will start a countdown timer. If the contamination levels are not lowered by closing the ruptures within that time, players will be forced to extract as the environment will become inhospitable. So this seems more like a objective-focused survival is what I'm getting. Collect, parkour, do all your stuff, make sure you keep the levels high, kind of like you would keep the levels high in survival, but instead of killing enemies, this seems to be more focused on finding these Vitoplast things. Got it. Every 3 ruptures sealed summons a Thrax Centurion, a strong one made of both armor and void energy, looking to keep you from sealing up the ruptures. Your synergy between your Warframe and Operator will be required to take down this quick and relentless enemy. Similar to Eximus units, Thrax Centurions are imbued with Overguard, more on this in the Xmas Reborn selection below, which fortifies their stance. Thrax Centurions also directly reward 2.5k focus for the player's active focus school for all of those who are within affinity range once defeated. That's kind of nice. You'll have the choice to extract after sealing 3 ruptures successfully, which also counts as 1 full round in this endless mission. The success and length of your mission is fully dependent on your ability to balance consistent damage with elegant parkour. If you can keep up both to the standards of the Zariman 10-0, you will be notably rewarded. Interesting! I'm curious to see how that lasts as people play more and more of this update. Because I don't know, like, a part of me is like, survival is like probably one of their best game modes. And a part of me is like, you can't beat a good thing. It sounds like you're adding another flavor into the mix, which you don't necessarily have to. But I don't know, we'll see. Void Cascade. Enemies of the Zariman have caused a great imbalance using the void energy, perforating its walls and manifesting in truly horrifying ways. Introducing Void Cascade, an endless mission mode where you are tasked with cleansing void-possessed exolizers to restore the Zariman systems. The goal is to combat the void using devices known as exolizers. But even the advanced Zariman tech cannot resist the void forever. It's up to you to purge them of the void and fight off a complete and total cascade. Exilizers possessed by the voids are protected by it. Your operator is key in cleansing it to allow the exilizer to begin its purging process. Possessed and purged exilizers are tracked in the HUD alongside the gauge that indicates the level in which the ship is reaching that cascade level disaster. Upon cleansing an exilizer, Tenno must face a Thrax Centurion which has possessed the machine, but they will not give up without a fight. If they are not killed quickly, it will feed the cascade by repossessing another exilizer and accelerating the chaos. The more you cleanse, the more chaotic it can get. It will require great focus and skill to maintain the exilizers the longer that you stay. If you'd rather flee the battle and bank your rewards, it will require 4 successful purged exilizers to unlock the extraction, which also counts as 1 full round in this endless mission. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm actually tempted to jump in just to try these new missions. But then again, it would require me to play the new war, and I don't know if I have the energy unless we kill a certain somebody. I'm just saying. Give me the thumbs up below, or give me a disappointed face. Let me know. Restoring the systems of the Zariman won't be easy, but it's necessary to reclaim the ship. It will require great strength and coordination to quell the cascade, but those who stay to fight will be compensated with their efforts. Void Armageddon! Grineer and Corpus enemies have boarded the Zariman and are targeting its reliquary for destruction. I need to look up exactly what a reliquary is. I say it very easily, like I know what it is, a reliquary. But I don't know, like, is it where you put relics? Let me know. Exquisitely twisted creations and their minions to seek do the same. Void Armageddon tests your ability to prioritize targets, defend against enemies while protecting the reliquary aboard the Zariman and the exo dampers that aid you in your objective. Assemble your arsenal wisely as the mission is not for the ill-prepared. Ooh. The goal is to defend, so it's a defend kind of mission, the reliquary from waves of threats that are looking to destroy it. To aid you in your defense are exodampers. These towers will weaken your enemies while they are active, but if destroyed, will strengthen them with random... But if they're destroyed, how are they strengthening them? Because they are destroyed. I'm just saying it does not make any sense. Make it make sense. They are destroyed, so how they gonna help? I'm just saying. I mean, maybe they make sense when you're actually in the game, but they're destroyed! Until the exodampers respawn. Okay, but they were destroyed, so how are they going to help them? Listen, maybe it's just verbiage. While not essential, without your exodampers, your enemies can focus fire on the reliquary. If your enemies succeed in destroying it, it will be forced to accept defeat and return back to the chrysalith. As the chaos grows, the void manifestations will attempt to drain the reliquary using void energy. You can track how much of the reliquary has been drained using the percentage icon above. If the reliquary is fully drained, you will have failed your mission. Destroyed or drained, you must fight to prevent the reliquary from meeting their fates. This sounds very interesting because it kind of reminds me of League of Legends, which I also have been playing recently. But it almost sounds kind of like the towers in League of Legends that, you know, kind of chip away at your enemy. Oh, wow, the post-nasal drip. But yeah, it's giving me that kind of visual right now. Void Armageddon consists of rounds and waves. Waves, enemies will try to destroy exodampeners, and waves, to complete a wave, you must eliminate the squad of enemies sent to the exodamper. After each wave, your enemies will begin to attack from a different angle. Follow the instructions on your HUD and move swiftly to the next exodamper to expend. Rounds, or a full round, consists of 3 waves. If you fail to protect your exodampeners, they will remain destroyed until the next round. For clarity, an exodamper is destroyed in wave 1. In round 1, it will respawn at the start of round 2, or the 4th wave in total. Okay, got it. Grineer and Corpus will be the least of your worries the longer you defend, as void manifestations appear every 3 waves and will stand in your way between completing rounds. Traditional combat will be necessary to make a dent, but your skills as your operator are crucial. I really want to see this operator rework now. Well, focus rework. Your squad within the affinity range of the enemy will be defeated, will be rewarded as focus points, as well as higher void plume must be picked up. Completing 1 round of Void Armageddon will unlock extraction, but enemies will continue to attack you as until you can fight no longer. You aren't alone in your efforts. By taking advantage of the Zariman's built-in defenses, you can utilize strategically placed armaments, specialized turrets. They can be used to hold off the onslaught of enemies at all angles, but must be constructed first. Ooh! To build these, so this is like a tower defense. To build these turrets, locate, capture Argzoning drops, which will provide the Argzoning to construct them. To unlock a drop, you must stand within the indicated zone around it and wait until the box is fully enveloped with energy, at which one point it will open and shower you with crafting material. Okay, Argzoning is also dropped from fallen enemies. Collected Argent is shared amongst you and your squad, so coordinating with them will be required to optimize your strategy. As long as you have the required argent, you can choose from a variety of armaments to craft. Bazooka, minigun turret that focuses on one target at a time. Faraderon, arc lightning turrets to construct multiple targets at once. Coralizer, trap turrets that grab enemies and pull them in. Ooh! Geotica, a laser targeted missile launcher. Oh, please don't have any kind of friendly fire damage. While they don't last forever, they can be the difference between losing and keeping your exodampeners and the reliquary alive. Turret types can quickly be selected by using the default browsing casting abilities 1, 2, 3, 4 on PC, but while in the selection stream, custom bindings are available for this also work. Okay. Exterminate. I mean, is this going to be different than any other Exterminate? In addition to new mission types, Exterminate and Mobile Defense nodes are also available on the Zariman. In Exterminate, you're tasked with destroying the Corpus or Grineer crews that are rummaging around where they shouldn't be. Take on the classic mission type while navigating the void-infested Zariman ship. Not all is the same, though, as every 30 enemies killed will spawn a Thrax enemy type. Okay, at least a little bit of like a mix-up in there. In Mobile Defense, you must restore the Zariman systems, overcome by the jump incident, and defend them while your allies purge out the void. For the Corpus and Grineer, it is key that the Zariman stay where it is, while they do everything within their power to prevent the Tenno from getting the Zariman's full power back online. Huh! I wonder why they don't want it back online. Okay. Alongside the Corpus and the Grineers, multiple Thrax enemy types will come to assist in the fights. Great. General Zariman mission notes. All of the Zariman missions are available on the Steel Path reward trophy and emote. We'll be adding Steel Path toggle to the Zariman mission types in the Chrysalith in a hotfix. For now, turn off or on the Zariman missions. Okay. In addition to aborting the mission through the pause menu, you can re-enter it, the elevator, and interact with the panel inside to abort mission. Keep in mind that this option acts exactly the same as aborting a mission from the pause menu in terms of reward bonuses. Both the Exterminate and Mobile Defense missions have an extraction portal that will spawn once you've completed the objective. The extraction waypoint will mark its location after completing the mission objective. Walking into it will send you back to the elevator for extraction. Alright, this was the interesting bit, the Incarnan Weapons. A collection of weapons originally used for their ceremonial purposes have become deadly machines after being affected by the Void. They evolve, as does most of what the Void touches. In the Chrysalith, you will meet a character who will teach you the ways of these Incarnan weapons and how to evolve them based on the challenges you complete in-game. With each evolution unlock, you can pick your weapons upgrades from a variety of options, or respec as you wish. Okay, wait a second. That's what I like, though. Respec as you wish. Just in case y'all bugged up one of the options. I'm just saying. Okay. 1. Acquire an Incarnan weapon. Blueprints for the following Incarnan weapons are available as from a vendor in the Chrysalith offerings. Praetos. Orokin elites admired farmers in conquered regions because they had learned to fight with modified farming tools despite being forbidden to own weapons. For their voyage, Zariman were presented with Praetos in recognition of Zariman tenacity. The Void reinforces the strength of the spirited individuality fortifying the Praetos. Is that a bow? Maybe that's not a bow. Maybe I'm confused. It looks like a bow. Maybe it's a sword? Is it a scythe? It's got a little, is it a bow? Is it a crossbow? Anyway. So there is Fenimore. Zariman colonists originally intended to use the Fenimore in burial rites in Orokin society. The higher the rank, the greater number of volleys for the deceased. The stock is carved from Fenimor's pine, a tree designed to release seedlings only to only onto scorched earth. In the hands of the void, the Fenwar becomes darkly aggressive. It's very pretty, though. I will admit, it looks very pretty. I kind of really like that one. Ooh! But I do also like me a pistol. During parades, the victory marches, the latrum-fired pigmented airburst rounds. Oh, like the little smoke, color smoke. I like it. And rain onto festive crowds. But what if I was wearing white? I'm just saying. If I was in the Orokin, I might have been wearing white, and you would have gotten that color on me, and I don't like that. The Orokin sent Latrum with the Zariman so they could properly celebrate a successful maiden voyage to Tau, where there'd be much celebration, but the Void imbued the Latrum with much more explosive... Wait. So we have... That's gotta be a melee then. This has to be a melee weapon. Okay? Because this is primary, secondary. That's gotta be a melee. I thought it was a bow. I wish it was a bow. I'm just saying. Unlock evolutions by completing challenges. Once you have crafted and equipped Incarnan Weapons in your arsenal, its evolution slots and challenges associated with unlocking become visible while viewing it in the arsenal. Let's see. Activate this weapon in form 6 times in a mission. Evolution. Okay, I don't know what the hell that means. Once you've crafted and equipped Incarnan Weapons in your arsenal, its evolution, blah, blah, blah. Apply upgrades to your Incarnan Weapon. Visit the vendor in the crystal and select Evolve Incarnan Weapon option. You must have the Incarnan Weapon equipped if you want to evolve it. If you have multiple Incarnan Weapons, a selection window will pop up for you to choose which weapon you wish to evolve. If you do not have any equipped, you can open the pause menu and select Arsenal, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Ooh, let's see. Critical multiplier, critical chance. I don't know. There are a total of 5 evolutions for any Incarnan weapon. Each of these evolution slots offer their own sets of upgrades to unlock. So when are we going to be able to do that for Warframes? Just saying. Evolution 1, Incarnan Transmutation. The first evolution unlocks the weapon's Incarnan Transmutation, which completely alters the looks and mechanics of the weapon. Okay. Ooh, maybe I like pistols too much. Okay. So Fenwar, headshots, charge, Incarnan Transmutation, alt-fire, transmutes. Interesting. Headshots, okay, same thing. Kratos, reach up, okay, so it's gotta be melee. Okay. It looked like a bomb, just saying. I'm just putting it out there. The task can be viewed by hovering over the Incarnan Transmutation slot while there's amount of charge indicating the meter. The reticle, whatever. Well, I'm not being helpful at all. Listen, I'm sure DE Rebecca does a better job anyway. When fully drained, it will automatically revert back to its default mode. Oh, so this is like the powered up mode. Like we were saying, like the transmutation things. Okay, I get it. Alright, so there's Gyre, or parts of Gyre. Build around your evolution upgrades. I like that thought. I like the thought of building around an evolution upgrade. Incarnan weapons can be modded like any other weapon in the arsenal, so build your loadouts and your evolution upgrades. Try new combinations for maximum output. Note stat comparisons for Incarnan weapons when swapping upgrades in the Evolve will be coming in a hotfix. Okay. New Arcanes. Incarnan weapon vendors offer 10 new Arcanes in their offerings. They also have a chance from dropping from defeated thrax. So I'm wondering if these, I'm assuming that these are probably just going to be specific for the Incarnan weapons. While shields are active, molt efficiency, what? While shields are active, gain 6% ability duration per second up to a maximum of 36. Ew, I like that! Molt vigor on operator ability, 45% ability strength on your next Warframe ability cast. Interesting. Cascadia overcharge. While overshields are active, 300% critical chance. Ooh! I'm liking these. Emergence renewed on energy depleted. Increase energy regeneration by 300% over 5 seconds. But that's for operator. Okay, that's different. I'm thinking of it from like Warframe perspective, but it's operator. Eternal Eradicate on operator ability, 60% damage on amps for 8 seconds. Okay. Emergence Dissipate operator. On Void Sling, press the fire input during Void Sling to dissipate the endpoint in a 10-meter radius. Enemies have a 100% chance to create a short-lived Void Mote that replenishes 10% energy on pickup. What? Press the fire input during Void Sling to dissipate the endpoint in a 10-meter radius. So I already kind of know a little bit about Void Sling, like it creates like a clone of you or something, and then like I don't know, but I don't know about that one. Fracturize reset primary on ability cast. 240% reload speed for 5 seconds. That could actually be handy for certain things, but I mean that's very specific. Cascade accuracy secondary on roll, 300% critical chance on headshot for 4 seconds. I'm gonna just be rolling. I'm just gonna see. DE just wants to make us look stupid. Cascadia empowered on status effect. Ooh, deals an extra 750 damage, matching the damage type of the status effect. Interesting. Okay, Dormant Zone. You guys know that I don't give a shit about any of the like build a house bullshits, right? Void Shell skins. I've already seen this one, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I think it could be cool, but also at the same time, I'm kind of like, I get it. Fashion Frame is endgame, but DE leaned way too heavy into that, and when Fashion Frame became the only game, that's all I'm gonna say. When Fashion Frame became the only game, I did not feel like playing. I'm just putting it out there. Let's see. Am I missing anything? Alright, no. Void Shell material structures can only be used on specialized Void Shell cosmetics. Interesting. Tenno will not be able to use these materials on skins they own. Focus School themed material structures also now can be purchased from Focus Point. Whoa, I don't care about that. Alright, new Warframe Geyer. Okay. If anybody else has issues with like holes in things, you got a little tryptophobia. I'm seeing a little bit of that in here. I hope that it doesn't translate like that in game. Gyra embodies elegant theory. Annihilate enemies with the conductivity of coils and transmitters. She also has her very own custom dodge animation. I saw that in like one of the DE things where DE was doing things. Passive. Gyra's abilities have a 10% chance to deal critical damage for each electrical status that affects the enemy. This, I think, is very interesting. I actually really, really like that. Arc Sphere. Launch a gyratory sphere that will deal high damage on impact and periodically deal electrical shocks to nearby enemies. Hit multiple enemies at once with the initial launch to enhance damage. I think that's kind of cool. It's like a targeted kind of effect. Coil Horizon. Throw forward a gyratory sphere that will implode after a few seconds that can be manually triggered. Coil Horizon is Gear's helmet ability. It sounds like implode. I wonder if it will pull enemies in, maybe? Cathode Grace. Gain a brief burst of increased critical chance and energy regen, with each kill extending the duration. Casting is on a cooldown. I think that might be really, really interesting. I'm curious as to how that's going to work. Rotor Swell. Gyre's mechanisms spin at incredible speeds, generating an electric field that shocks nearby enemies. When Gyre gets a critical hit, a large electrical discharge will chain from the enemy that was hit to nearby enemies. That also sounds pretty cool. Gyre's ability crit buffs only apply to her own abilities. They do not apply to Helmuth abilities. Interesting. Gyre is available for purchase in in-game market or earn her components from the Zariman bounty rewards. Model-wise, I'm kind of not into it, if I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just saying. I'm looking at them and I'm kind of... Anyway, you guys let me know down in the comments whether you think they look good. Gear's signature weapon, the Alternox. Gear's signature weapon has 2 fire modes. Primary fire shocks enemies with electrical orbs. Alternate fire is a large ball of electricity that sticks to any surface and pulses electricity before it explodes. In Gear's hands, the weapon also has a small amount of multi-shot. Nice! The Alternox is available. Okay. Gear okay. Is it automaton or automation? Complete the circuit with the alternate helmet for Gear. Or Geyer. Am I saying it wrong? I will just stick to Gear and, piss some people off. Purchase the Gear Automaton helmet from the in-game market. Triotic Syandana. Where's the Syandana, though? How are you going to talk about the Syandana and not show the Syandana? Amplify your look with Gear's signature Syandana. But where is it? Okay, I'm sure they'll show it somewhere. Let's see. Heavy Scythe. Okay, woo. The conductive path to Gears. Okay, whatever. New melee stance. Heavy Scythe. Gale Force Dawn. Wow, I can't talk. New melee Hispar. The heavy scythe echoes the battles of another time. It is far more a weapon of sheer force than it is of finesse. The okay. New rifle Aeolak. This unusual automatic rifle feels strangely familiar and has two fire modes. Primary fire packs radiation damage. Alternate fire charges up to launch an explosive projectile. Why does it feel... What makes it feel like it's something? Anyway, Angels of Zariman supporter packs, Venture into Void. They've been doing a lot of these supporter packs lately, which is basically their way of saying, just give us money directly. Don't buy platinum, just give us the money directly. There's a part of me that is all for it, but there's a part of me that's also like, also this, but we also gonna do prime packs. Okay. Let's see. The supporter packs are basically the supporter packs. You get all of the shit that's new that's coming out with it. And sometimes I've also seen them do like certain exclusive things like palettes and all that kind of stuff. There's also a Valkyr Carnivex collection. This one is designed by this one I know. Oh my god. Wow, it's been so long that I can't even remember. They were one of my favorites. They're one of my favorites. Oh, there's a Shazwin in there. I will peace out now. Thank you. Liger Zanuka. There you go. This is where I really wanted to get into. As you can see. Oh. Okay. I was like, oh, they're not going to do any pictures. Focus School System Rework. Focus School is in session. This Focus System is getting an extensive rework to refresh the gameplay potential of operators, movement, school identity, and balance. What is Focus? We already know what Focus is, okay? At its core, Focus is aimed to be an exciting new path to enjoy in Warframe from the lens of another character. What we've come to realize over the many years is that there was a lack of true synergy between Operator and Warframe. We hope to change that while also bringing something fresh to the table. Here's the thing. I'm going to be kind of irritated if my shit isn't max or close to max, because I've maxed out all of my Focus schools. So if they tweaked some shit, I'm gonna be really irritated. Because they tweaked some shit many a time. Alright, so Operator Gameplay Rework Overview. The Operator Gameplay and Focus School reworks aim to improve the flow between Warframe and gameplay and Operator gameplay, with the goal of encouraging players to swap more frequently between their Operator and Warframe to maximize the benefits received from both gameplay systems. As well as our major system overhauls, we encourage you to give it more time in your own hands before delivering constructive feedback. For Operator gameplay specifically, these changes can come in three major ways. First, the introduction of Void Sling. Secondly, re-engineering operators to be client authoritative to reduce jerk caused by latency issues related to the mission host. Thirdly, removal of Void Blast to allow melee inputs to cause automatic transference from Operator Warframe. Okay. Void Sling is the intended replacement of Void Dash as a more fun and controllable system. In full transparency, the current state of sustained Void Dash movement has a spam-centric loop that we want to refine. We are very much approaching this like how we added bullet jump to parkour. We want movement to be king, but better controlled. Current Void Dash does not provide easily controlled movement in the typical gameplay spaces. We are aiming to strike a balance to ensure good distance can still be covered, but some mastery will be required of its new movement system, much like having to learn bullet jumping. Additionally, Operator transference has been re-engineered to be client authoritative to alleviate the common scenario of latency. This I appreciate a lot. Previously, transference was host authoritative, meaning that when clients use transference, the responsiveness was determined by the round-trip network latency. In order for the new Void Sling functionality to be more responsive, in Switch has been made client authoritative. Okay, Void Dash to Void Sling. The operator sends a Void Sling of themselves, then Void Slings to it. This is what I'm kind of trying to look at on the screen. Okay, so it's more like they shoot a beam, and then you can port to the beam. It's the operator's double jump. After debut on DevStream and following further playtesting, the team has since increased the overall speed of the operator's Void Sling thanks to feedback. Tap or hold jump while in the air to send out your sling. A tap will travel a minimum distance before the Void Sling. Void Sling can also be activated using the old Void Dash input by holding jump while crouched in Void mode. Holding jump sends out the Void Sling further up the sling's maximum distance, which Upon being reached, will automatically void sling the player to that space. Holding jump sends out... I'm going to have to play this in game because I'm not understanding. Letting go of jump before hitting the maximum distance is reached will initiate a void sling. Huh? The void sling is sent out in the direction the camera is facing once fully charged or upon release. Okay, I'm going to have to learn it and play it. Okay, so does this mean that I'm potentially jumping back in? I don't know. This seems interesting enough to, like, jump into. Void Blast to Warframe melee transfer. Melee input while using your operator will now instantly transfer to your Warframe and perform a melee attack. Having no melee weapon equipped will result in transferring your Warframe holding your primary secondary weapon instead. Warframe melee finishers can be triggerated as an operator with user input near the unaware stunned enemy automatically transferring into your Warframe to perform them. So what about Void Blast? It has been retired and replaced with the above for scenarios where Void Blast is requested, disarming Kuva Guardians, etc. using new Void Projecting mechanic or amps in some cases will do the trick. On Void Blast, Arcanes now will trigger on Void Sling. Interesting. I'm really curious to see how that works. Anyway, Focus School Reworks. Oh my god, is this going to be like forever? Well, listen, we're experiencing this all together. It's already 40 minutes. Should I make this into a separate video? Jesus. Yes, we might make this. We might have to make it a completely different video because legitimately it is so freaking long. Alright, so why don't I give you guys a quick rundown with the Eximus stuff, or at least my opinions. If you guys have been watching the dev workshops, the Xmas Rework has been something that has been going on for super duper insanely long. We've been waiting for it for a long time, namely the changes to Parasitic Eximus. I was watching the dev stream on the Parasitic Eximus thing, and now they create these little zones that explode after a while if you don't avoid them, and I actually think that's good. Everything seems pretty good. I want to see how the overguard feels, just in case, because the big change to Eximus, at least in my mental, processing, is there's 3. So number 1, Parasitic Eximus. They now do that explodey blah blah thing. All of the other effects don't really matter except for the other one that I think is very important, which is going to be the Shield Eximus. We didn't really care too much about the Shield Eximus before, but now that the Shield Eximus has that 3 rotating, like, shieldy things, let's see if I can find it over here, and they're impervious to incoming damage with that shield rotating thing. You know what I mean? You gotta shoot in between the shields. Like, that actually takes a little bit of skill and paying attention because you gotta bring down their overguard while they're in that, because here's the issue: overguard prevents CC. We weren't really worried about too much Eximus when we had CC on our side, but now that they've got overguard, they're going to be a priority. I wonder if the amount of them has dropped, because I feel like they might have said that somewhere, that they dropped the amount of Eximus that we're going to be approaching. However, they have made them more deadly. I'm assuming that that's what it is. But yeah, so this is really the only Eximus that I'm worried about right now, as it stands. Everybody else can fuck off. I'm not worried about it. Except, you know what I really like too? The bioluminescent. I love that they said that they were bioluminescent, chargers or whatever. Bioluminescent bullshit for the infested electric void thingies. And I'm like, oh my god, you're so funny, and that's so accurate, and that's kind of so cool. So I'm really, really excited about those, except now they got range. Now you gotta worry about infested with some range that might actually be able to do some damage to you. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and call it quits here because, I mean, we've been going for like 40 plus minutes already just reading the other notes, which probably weren't as important, but I will say, in conclusion from this point, I am curious to check this out. Now, will I be curious to check this out when I'm not sick and I can go back to the gym? Lord knows, because if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I have not been playing many video games as of late. Lately, it's been like, we gotta get back from the COVID body into the normal body. You know, it's kind of like going from your winter body into your summer body, and summer is fast approaching. So will I feel like that after I feel better? Who knows? You might catch me streaming it. You might catch me even doing more coverage about this. Let me know how you're feeling about this update down in the comments below. Also, don't forget, like, thumbs up or disappointed face. Put that in there if you have access to emojis. But regardless, that about does it for me for now. I guess not does it, but like, you'll see me in another video at some point really soon covering the focus changes, because just reading the Void Sling, my brain was on. I was like, I gotta get in and like understand how this feels. But regardless, I hope you guys stay tuned, and as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.